It's me, Jordan Long here, and today I'm gonna talk about, you know, this one thing that I like that I talk about, you know, and it's always about, well, I don't know what it's about. Like why I don't go to a holy house. Now, some folks do go to holy house and some folks don't, and whatever worship you belong to, that might be an unlike thing. But I never really went to any one of them, you know, and not need be have to do since I'm a we'll just put it this way, I just don't go to them. To be like, why you don't go to a holy house for? Oh, I just don't, you know. Like I did once for an Easter speech once, but that was like a long time ago. You know, just it is what it is. You know, well, you know, I really think you should. Yeah, and then there are folks out there who believe that, they're greater. That then there are some folks out there who think, who believe that and they're greater than anyone else if they go to a holy house. But at the end of the day, I think that God and Jesus would be happy to see how someone behaves and what kind things they do for others and how they behave at the end of the day than what holy house are going to worship them. You know, it's you know whatever your worship is, being a good man or a woman at the end of the day is what's truly needed, and not if you go to a holy house or not. Because there are folks out there who they'll go to a holy house, well, and and they're folks that will go, but at the end of the day, they don't really behave that well. Then again, there are folks that think they're greater than others for doing that, but they're not. You know, I truly think that I'm more greater than you because I go to a holy house. Well, good for you if you go to a holy house, but I think at the end of the day, God and Jesus would be happy to see on how you behave and what deeds you do and how kind and loving you are to others. You know, it's one thing to go to a holy house and worship them, but if you're going to behave badly and be mean and mean-hearted, then at the end of the day, it doesn't mean nothing. Yeah, I am not making that up. There are folks out there where at the end of the day, it's how you behave and what you do. At the end of the day, is what God and Jesus are going to be looking at. You know, it's one thing to go to a holy house, but if you're going to be, if but at the end of the day, anyone can worship God and Jesus in their own way, and at the end of the day, God and Jesus are going to see how kind and how loving you are and what good things you did and how you did to help, how you were kind to others and you did good things. And at the end of the day, that's what God and Jesus are going to get you on, and that's what they're going to look at. You know, they're not going to say, oh, well, you went to a holy house, so that makes it good. No, because there are a lot of folks who go to a holy house and a lot of folks that don't, who don't fully behave the way that one should behave when it comes to whatever their worship is. You know, and at the end of the day, I just, just at the end of the day, I'm worshipful, but I feel that I don't have to go to a holy house to worship God and Jesus. So it never really came up. It's like, why you don't go to a holy house? Well, at the end of the day, I just feel that I do worship God and Jesus in my own way, and you don't really have to be in a holy house to do that. If you want to go to a holy house, that's your own business. Good for you. But at the end of the day, you don't really have to go one to show, to worship God and Jesus. You know. Well, I guess you're right about that. Wouldn't it also be that you think that someone might guess you on what offshoot of Christendom you belong to? Yeah, I guess so. Before I end this film, there is a there is a chunk of me that is frightened of being guested by someone, or I guess scathed or shamed by someone, which these are sad behaviors. Anyone that if Lucifer's going to have make someone shame someone or escape someone, well, uh, like you go to one and they ask you what offshoot of Christendom you belong to, and you say, well, I'm a nun, I guess a non, what do you call it, offshooted Christendom, Christ follower, Jesus follower, holy follower, I guess Hitler follower, and then you're always frightened that, oh, you're going to this holy house, but you don't belong to this offshoot of Christendom. You're you're the nun offshoot. You're on the first offshoot. Well, that's wrong. But the truth is, I don't. The truth is, I don't really. But the truth is, that's probably what I think. But then I did go to a holy house one time, maybe in 2010, while maybe 2012, while one of those years, for an Easter speech, and it was good. I mean, I liked it, you know. But at the end of the day, that's probably why I. But at the end of the day, and none of that happened, which is true. But there are some folks out there, not a lot of them, but not many of them, but there are some folks out there that will, guess you or shame you you know, for not belonging to this offshoot when you belong to a nun offshoot. It's hard to say, but it is what it is. Well, if you like that film, then you can watch the film I made yesterday over here, or follow me here at Jordan Long. I hope you like this film. I'll see you later. Yeah, it is. Oh, it is cloudy again, so I got the lights on again.